You are listening to Studio MacGyver's Dragon Ball and Video Game Podcast.
What is going down? What is going down? It is your boy, StudioMguyvR, and you are listening to Studio McGyver's Dragon Ball and Video Game Podcast. Welcome to the show, guys. If you're new to the podcast, welcome to the podcast, man. If you're into anime, if you're into video games, nerd culture, then you've come to the right place. We talk about all of that shit here. Today's episode is going to be surrounding all of the bullshit surrounding the infamous CD Projekt Red. I talked about this briefly last week, guys, but if you remember correctly, I did not get a chance to play it like I wanted to, but that has all fucking changed. I have literally put in over 70 hours in the game now, so I am ready to talk about the base PS4 experience that I had and, some friends as well. I've been playing in groups with a couple of friends, and we've been pretty much playing, the entire time. And I'm going to go into, the things we found. No spoilers, of course. But our experience, my experience in general, we're going to break all that down. We're going to talk about that. And there's been so much news that has just recently come up when we're talking about CD Projekt Red, man. I mean, I'm going to get into all of this. The butter is out and everybody is running in all kinds of directions, man. I cannot wait to talk about this shit. It's going to be a long conversation, and it's definitely going to be the subject of this episode of this podcast, guys. I haven't done anything else this weekend. I literally was supposed to catch up to The Mandalorian. I did not finish the finale of that, so that's another piece of homework that I will get to this coming week because, it's pretty much over now. Then I'm going to talk a little bit about some Dragon Ball news, Dragon Ball Fighters. Yes, finally some Dragon Ball Fighters news. And yeah, man, and even some Star Wars stuff real quick for you guys. But the main topic at hand is going to be the fiasco that has taken place with fucking Cyberpunk 2077. And it's a bittersweet thing. You guys know, everybody who knows me, who's listened to the show, especially, when I was covering all of this Cyberpunk shit, I already said it. I've said it a million times, not just with Cyberpunk, but how the industry, works and how slimy and how fucking cutthroat this industry can be. And a lot of people don't realize that. People who just, go and buy the games, they don't realize what goes on behind closed doors, the process that all these things, take, and a lot of things that happen behind the scenes when it comes to just putting out a game, putting out a product, and all that goes into it. You know what I mean? A lot of people get fucked over. A lot of butter residue is left everywhere. If you turn on one of those lights that detectives use when they try to go over crime scenes, I mean, the butter would be on the walls. It'd be on the floor. It'd be on anything you can grab or touch. You see, forms of proof of struggle in different areas. I mean, it would be fucking crazy. Okay. I'm going to get into all this. I promise you. I just want to give you guys some news really quick first. But before I start the show, I just want to let everybody know, especially the new listeners, if you like the show, if you're a fan of the show, and you want to support the show, you can easily do that, guys. If you go to StudioMguyvR.com, there you can get the podcast, you can stream it, you can download it. If you want merch, there's merch there. I have hoodies, I have t-shirts, you can buy those. You can support the show doing that. You can also, buy me a coffee. It's another way you can support the show with a donation if you'd like. If you really, really enjoy the content, I'd be, really appreciative of that as well. You can get all of my handles, all of my social media handles. My Twitter is on there. My Facebook page is on there. All these things, YouTube channel, all these things, guys, are on there. And also, this is episode 195. So in episode 200, within 5 more weeks, I will be attempting to do the show and doing it on video, recording the actual process of me just sitting here doing this stuff, guys, in the man cave. And I will be putting that on YouTube. So I'll let you guys know when that is up. So if you don't want to just listen on YouTube, you can actually see video, and the video will be slightly different than the actual podcast because I do a little bit more editing with the audio of the podcast, you know, like intros and outros and things of that nature. So pretty much the whole podcast is there. It's just a few light edits here and there. So that's the difference. Nothing major. Just giving you guys a heads up on that. Don't forget StudioMguyvR.com. If you guys want to support the show, if you guys want to go to my actual website, and yeah, man, let's get it done. Okay. 2021 is around the corner, and let's get it. All right. Now that that is out of the way, I want to get started on some news for you guys. And one of the things I wanted to talk about was some Star Wars news. Yes. For all the Boba Fett fans in the house, he's going to get a show. It was a rumor not too long ago, but now it is official. It is called The Book of Boba Fett, and it is coming out in about a year from now. So be looking for that in December, on December 21st, actually, 2021. Anyway, yeah, man. I had an inkling that they were going to do this. I'm really excited, guys. I've said this before about what they're doing with the Star Wars franchise, man, and revitalizing it and bringing other characters back, especially popular ones, and kind of continuing the story with a lot of these guys. The one I'm really looking forward to is the one that involves Mace Windu. I hope that they, do right by him. I figure that they will. He's one of the best Jedis in the land, if you ask me. So I'm just excited for all these characters. It's a lot of the actors as well, doing a lot of big things in the Star Wars universe, man. And I look forward to seeing what else is coming around the corner, because The Mandalorian is definitely an awesome show. One of the best Star Wars shows, movies, properties really out right now. A lot of the writing and directing and the whole thing is just a breath of fresh air. So keep this shit up, Dave Filoni. Keep this shit up, Jon Favreau, and we can see beautiful things coming around the corner. All right. Next bit of news, some Dragon Ball FighterZ news, guys. Okay, I'm a huge Dragon Ball fan, if you don't know, to all the newcomers. Yeah. And, we were waiting for some new characters. We were wondering what this was going to be, what that next character was going to be, and we finally got the information. And that character is going to be Baby Vegeta. Now, if they were going to pick anybody from, Dragon Ball, if they were going to pick anybody from GT, then this is one of the characters that they could get away with picking, because I'm not a fan of GT. For those of you who don't know, a lot of us aren't fans of GT. But some of the characters were pretty nice, and Baby Vegeta was my favorite character in there because I'm a huge Vegeta fan, number one, but also just the design of the character. I really appreciate it. That's one thing I would give him kudos for that character. But he's in the game. Very dope. Can't wait to see what, it looks like, all the nooks and crannies of how to use him or whatnot. He looks very technical, kind of like Master Roshi, when he came out, which is kind of difficult to use if you don't have a lot of practice with him. So, but it's going to be exciting to see. And then also for a lot of guys I know are very, very excited to hear this, but coming soon, after Baby Vegeta, we're going to get Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta. Okay, he will be joining the game. So, two huge characters. I definitely didn't see Baby Vegeta coming. I promise y'all that came out of left field. But, when you saw Goku, GT Goku, I figured that, somebody was going to come. I figured maybe Super 17, which is the other character that I really liked in GT. Those really are the only two characters I really, really liked in GT, man. Those two right there and those two alone. Okay. But anyway, that's exciting news, guys. I definitely will be picking up both of these characters when they come out. I do know that there is a date for Baby Vegeta, which is January 15th. As far as Gogeta is concerned, that's TBA, to be announced. So be looking out for that. I will keep you guys posted. If you follow me on Twitter, if you follow me on, Instagram or whatever, man, you can catch some of this stuff, especially Twitter. You can catch a lot of this news if you follow your boy on Twitter. All right. Anyway. Let's get off of that and let's get on the elephant in the room. I've talked about this in the past, and I'm going to get into it again, man, because now I've actually had time to play this on the base PS4, And so many things have been happening when it comes to this fucking game. All right. I have a lot of mixed emotions about this game. You know, it's very obtuse, man. That's the only thing. There's definitely butter on the table. Okay. There's definitely sake in the air. Okay. There's butter on the table. So please don't get it twisted. Let's start off by, the major news, around this game, in which is Sony pulling the digital game off of PlayStation Store. Okay, these motherfuckers went in there and literally took it off. You can't download it digitally. You cannot buy it on the store right now as you speak. I've never seen this, never heard of this happening before. I mean, if they were going to do this, they might have thought about this with Fallout 76. But hey, there's a lot that goes into why they did this. What I'm hearing is the relationship that they had with CD Projekt Red, because they have a great relationship with Microsoft. CD Projekt Red does, which is why Microsoft is still, their game is still up on the store. But Microsoft is offering refunds as well, but they're just not pulling the shit off the store. Okay. What happened was a lot, and I do mean a lot of people were raining down on Sony, complaining about this fucking game. Okay. Shit rolls downhill, and that's what pretty much happened. And that was the start of what we are seeing now, which is turning into quite the fucking fiasco, especially in today's time. I said this before, guys, so many times before, that in this age, you cannot make a fuck up of this magnitude and walk away clean. It's not going to happen. Okay. And with so many people who jump on bandwagons, who get a whiff of this, they're going to go ape shit. Everybody's doing it. Okay. Young. Yeah. Dreamcast guy, like just all the fucking people that I fuck with, all the people I'm sure a lot of you guys watch, saying, I'm telling you guys, Review Tech USA, all these guys out here are putting this in the air, and you can't escape it. These people have hundreds and thousands and sometimes millions of, subscribers. And that's how we get our news now, man. Twitter as well. I mean, it's in the air. You can't escape it. And these videos, these memes, all of these things, guys, are out there now. No matter what CD Projekt Red does going forward, man, it will always be there. There's no escape. That's why it is paramount that people involved in making things like this watch what the fuck they're doing. Put the sake on the table and walk away. Leave the scroll alone. Do not light it. Don't light it up. Leave the endo sticks in your glove compartment, please. Okay. And most importantly, the most important thing of all, keep that fucking butter in the refrigerator. Do not pull it out. Okay. And guess what? CD Projekt Red did the opposite of all of those things. Okay. They put 2 and 3 and sometimes 4 glasses on the table, and they did it bartender style. Okay. They filled their cups to the brim with sake, all 4 cups. Okay. Even spilling over the fucking cup. All right. Then they took all their fucking endo. Okay. All their endo sticks. They put it on the table. They started handing them out to execs everywhere, everybody at the fucking table. And then last but not fucking least, everybody got a stick of butter. All right. Everybody had a stick of butter, and they said, drink your sake, smoke your scrolls, smoke your endo sticks, and then take the butter and run after every fucking consumer you see. And I want everybody draped in butter. I want everybody knocked cold. I want everybody's fucking garments removed, and I want to see bucking. That's what I want to see. And guess what? They sure the fuck did it, because it's a fucking fiasco. Okay. And I'm going to get into all of this. Look, I played the game. Okay. I played the fucking game for 70 plus hours. All right. Let me start with the update that was just released recently. Okay. There's an update. I talked about the 1.04, but there was another one after that, guys. 1.05. All right. This is a 17 gig update. And the question I have is, by the time they get through, okay, fixing this shit, I need to ask myself, how much room am I going to have on my fucking PlayStation when it's done? All right. I'm already at like 109 gigs. All right. That's with the physical copy of the game. Okay. And I guess more to come. This is getting ridiculous. Okay. But listen, man, we got to update. It's fixing some things. It's a slow progression. I just want everybody to know that they already stated that we were going to get one in December, another one, which is the 1.05. They also said that they had a major one coming in January and a major one coming in February. Okay. So, and this 1.05 came out quicker than expected. All right. The backlash is real. It's amazing what people are doing, will be forced to do when that pressure is on. Okay. And let me also say this. I feel extremely, extremely bad for the devs, for the game developers in this. They are the ones who always take the short end of the stick. They always get, the losing barrel because it's all about the execs. They need to go after the execs. And they're starting to do that. Okay. Because apparently people are beginning to start suing the company. All right. For putting out a fraudulent product, something that they said was ready to go. And in reality and in retrospect, it's a fucking lie. Okay. You can smell the butter on their fucking lips. But that's what they get. That's what they get because these execs, I told you, these motherfuckers in these suit and ties up on the top of the fucking floor with all their fucking booze, all their sake, all smoking all that shit. All right. They're the ones making those bad decisions. They're lying to investors. They're making bad decisions. The game was already pushed back 3 times. That in itself says something. Okay. And when they realized they couldn't take it anymore and they didn't want to fucking push it back anymore, they lied to the fucking investors and said it was ready. Told the devs, get the shit ready to push it out. The devs were looking like, what are you fucking doing? This shit's not ready. They said, fuck it, put it out anyway. We'll fix it later. And this is where we're at. Okay. As a result of that, $1 billion later of them losing this is where we're at. They lost over $1 billion. Okay. With this fiasco, gonna lose more. Okay. Especially with them pulling the game off the PlayStation platform and right before Christmas, all these sales, it's a wrap. And then all these refunds. Come on, man. They fucked themselves. And like I said, you can't blame anybody but the execs. Do not, please do not blame the fucking developers. Do not blame the game devs, the people who work on the game. Okay. Because right now they're the ones suffering as we speak right now. They're the ones that are in crunch all over again because you know what? The execs fucked up. But the execs are saying, oh, damn, they're killing us right now, guys. We need to get these updates out pronto. All right, guys, get in here. Let's get busy. Let's work. Put you out here 6 days a week, sometimes 7. Let's go. 12-hour days. That's what's happening to the devs right now. So all this is falling back on the devs. Even when the devs tried to warn everyone and tell them, look, the shit's not ready. We need to push it back. We need to whatever. They weren't trying to hear it. The devs are the ones suffering for this right now. And sometimes even getting blamed, which I think is fucking dead wrong because they're not the ones responsible for this. They're trying to fix it and get it optimized for everybody to enjoy, but they can't do that if the game gets pushed out early and they get an unfinished product. That's what this is, an unfinished product that was pushed out and now the suffering has begun. Okay? This could sink their fucking battleship, man. These are catastrophic losses. You know what I mean? That a lot of companies can't come back from. Luckily, CD Projekt Red, has done so well up to this point in all their endeavors thus far. Even with all of the pre-orders that were sold, I mean, not everybody's taking their shit back. So they, they exceeded their expectations and all of that. But still, the reputation is the most important thing. Believe it or not, that reputation is a very flimsy thing. If you fuck off that reputation, man, that's half of your stability moving forward. The same people you fucked over on this game are going to be the same people turn their back on you when you put out The Witcher 4 or Cyberpunk DLC or whatever the fuck you have next in your lineup. And that's the part that hurts the most because this company was pristine. This was one of my favorite companies up to this point, as far as how they took care of the consumer, how they looked out for us, how they wanted to give us more for our money. And now this has tainted them forever. They cannot escape it. And I have nobody to blame but the fucking execs. I wish I knew the execs who were actually responsible for making these fucking decisions, because they're the ones who made it. The devs don't make the decisions. They don't have that power. So as a result of all of this, we're looking at memes. We're looking at videos. We're getting all kinds of backlash and all kinds of things happening over the game that was supposed to be one of the biggest releases in history. And this is where we're at now, because of some fuck ups by some dumbass execs. And that's why I cannot stand execs in most of these companies. Companies, period. Okay? They're money hungry. They don't give a fuck about anybody but themselves. And it's a fucking shame. I hope they find out who these devs are and cut their fucking throats. Okay? And I don't mean literally. I mean employment wise. Drop them from the company, release them, send them out to the fucking wild. I don't give a fuck, but do not let them work for CD Projekt Red again. Okay? And with the suing and with all these things starting to come to fruition, somebody's going to be the fall guy. So I got a funny feeling that we're going to lose some people from CD Projekt Red. And I think they're going to be the right people. They're going to find the ones who are actually legitimately responsible for a lot of this stuff that's been going on, these decisions, lying to the consumer, lying to the shareholders, and their heads will fucking roll. Okay, because it's getting too hot. It's just getting really, really crazy now. And like I said, when in today's age, when shit starts to roll downhill, it picks up fucking steam real quick. Okay, so that's what's happening. They're piling this shit on, and deservingly so. They brought it on them fucking selves. Okay, you hyped the game for 8, almost 9 years, and then when it drops, you give us this. So a lot of people are like, what the fuck? Now, here's where I get to the point of how exaggerated or how on point, in my opinion, is all of, the blame. So as far as the game itself, like how bad is the game from my personal experience that I've played the game? I'm going to keep it 110% real with you guys, man, because I love you guys. You guys are my listeners. That's who I'm here for. So I'm not going to lie to you. Okay. I'm going to keep it real and tell you the good and the bad. I mean, everything. Okay. My honest opinion on this game. Okay. If I have to tell the truth, I got a gun in my fucking head and I have to tell the truth. Okay. I love the game for what it is. Okay. The game gives me personally, it gives me Fallout New Vegas vibes. Okay. Fallout New Vegas is my favorite Fallout game. One of my top 10 games of all time. And that game was on PS3. It was riddled with fucking glitches, and it was bad. It was technically very bad, but I played it through in its entirety. I did all the side quests. I did all kinds of shit in the game. And as bad as it was technically, I still loved the game. That's how I feel about this game. That's the closest I can kind of resemble to this game. I mean, people are out there saying, oh, this shit is unplayable. No, it's not. It is playable from my experience. Now I can't speak for everybody else, because somebody out there might be like, hey, there's something that I can't do or whatever. That could be true. Okay. Now what I've been doing mostly is running around doing a bunch of odd job shit. I haven't really done any of the story. I've been doing some side missions, but there's semi side missions as well, where you can just run around and you catch something being done in real time. Somebody's getting robbed or some shit like that, or the police need help with somebody or something like this. I'll do those things, and just basically running around trying to find new weapons, trying to get, my build correctly, how I want it and everything like that. That's what I'm doing now. Just living in the world, enjoying, just the whole city and all of that stuff, which is a beautiful city they made. They created a beautiful fucking city, man. They have. Night City is beautiful. It's awesome when it's rolling right, when everything's going good, Do I regret my purchase? No, I do not. I I can't lie to you guys. I mean, I actually enjoy playing this game, and I'm not the only one. Like I said, I've been in parties with a couple other friends, and they feel the same way. Even though it's buggy and glitchy as it is, it's still playable. Matter of fact, one of my friends actually beat the game last night, and I was in a party with him. Of course, he didn't tell me anything because I didn't want to get spoiled, but he got through the game. He put in maybe, I think he did like 80 something hours, maybe 85, 86 hours on this playthrough. And beat the game. I currently have 70, like almost 75 hours in my playtime right now, and I have hardly done any side quests or any missions. Okay, like none. I have shit ton of them to do, and that's how I play these type of games. I take my time, I get in there, and I enjoy the world and stuff like that. And also, I'm trying to give CD Projekt Red a chance to put some of these updates out here in my first playthrough, because I don't want to start a second playthrough on the PS4. I'd rather start a second playthrough, either if I had to, on a fully optimized version of this on the PS4, if that's worst case scenario, but I would prefer to play it on the PS5. And, yeah, that's what I prefer to do, my second playthrough, or at least my third. Let me get to my third playthrough on, the PS5. But that's my mission. You know what I mean? I'll go through some other backlog after I finish my first playthrough, because like I said, I'm not rushing through anything. I'm taking my time. I'm doing all kinds of shit my first playthrough. So I'm probably it's looking for me, honestly, it's looking about 150 to maybe 175 hours in this game for me before I complete the story through the first playthrough, because that's how slow I am, and that's how I like to do, in these games. All right. But like I said, so far, guys, I mean, it's definitely playable. I'm going to get to the bugs and stuff now while I'm sitting here talking about it. There definitely are bugs. There are definitely, glitches and stuttering. Okay. There's a shit ton of stuttering in this game. Frame rate drops in this game. I can't lie to you. They're there. Now that would make some people more upset than others. There's some people who want a pristine experience, especially when a game has been hyped this fucking long. Okay. And by a company, who was supposed to be the creme de la creme, of the industry, one of the top, companies. And when they didn't get that, their expectations were, very, very high, and they get what they got now. It's ridiculous. Okay. And then, you hear a lot of people, a lot of fuck boys, okay, talking about, well, you guys need to play it on fucking PC, then just get it for the PC, or just get you a PC, or get you a next gen console and experience it there. It's going to suck ass on current, on last gen. You dumb motherfuckers. Okay. First of all, if I could get a PS5, motherfucker, I would have one. And I'm sure that goes for lots of us out here. Okay. Cause we know the bot situation. A lot of people don't fuck with PC. Okay. A lot of people don't have money to fuck with those type of PCs and all that stuff. I'm just not a PC guy, period. That's just not how I grew up on consoles, and I'll continue to support consoles. That's just me. And I'm sure a lot of people feel that same way. Not hating on PC, but that's just the reality. And also another tidbit for the fuckers out there who don't understand, or who seem to be blind to all of this, is that this game was announced in like 2012, 2013. This shit was announced before PlayStation 4 and before the Xbox One was announced. Okay? Before it was even announced, it was slated for these consoles. So to say that, oh, it's not supposed to work here, no, I'm not trying to hear that. That makes no sense. Okay. I can give you a perfect example, guys. And I'm talking about the PS4. Okay. Because I know the PS4 and I know my experience with the PS4. Okay. Is it possible to optimize this game to pristine levels on the PS4? If you're asking if I believe that, I'm answering fucking hell yeah, I think so. And the reason why I'm saying that is because if you line up all the other games, game of the year, let's take game of the year. What was game of the year? 2020. Okay. The Last of Us 2. All right. Close games that could have been the winner. Ghost of Tsushima, another PlayStation exclusive. Okay. You have Horizon Zero Dawn. You have God of War. Those 4 games right there. Those 4 games right there. If you played all of them, I have a base PS4. I've played them all. I have all of them. Okay. They run so fucking good on the base PS4. Looks breathtaking, beautiful. Everything about all of those games were fucking technical marvels. Okay, I couldn't even believe they were doing this stuff on the PS4, base PS4, but it's been done easily. Okay, no glitches, no blue screens, no shit. Okay, and that is because companies are able to focus on one particular piece of hardware. Okay, I say this all the time. People don't understand the difference between third party and first party games and the differences of them. First party games are games that are only made for that particular piece of hardware. Okay. The God of Wars, which is exclusive to the Sony PlayStation. Okay. All of these games I'm talking about now, they're made specifically for that hardware. So the devs are able to focus on that hardware and just put all their energy and all their eggs in that basket. When you have a third party game, a game that's released for multiple platforms, a game that's available on Xbox and PlayStation, like say Assassin's Creed Valhalla or say like Control, games like that, you get decent games, from them, but you don't get that pristine, gameplay, that fluid gameplay that you get the other way, because they have to focus on hardware, on multiple pieces of hardware. So they have to optimize the shit for this and that, and they have to find a happy medium between 2 or 3 or whatever, how many systems they have on there. So it gets a lot trickier. And that's why those games never technically come, close, or, some of them may come close a little bit, but most don't. Okay. It's not the same. It's just not the same. So that's what we're dealing with right now, too. We're dealing with a lot of that. They made this for PC. They intended to make it for all these platforms. I mean, they put fucking The Witcher 3 on the fucking Nintendo Switch. If they could do that, tell me the fuck why they couldn't do this shit on a PS4 or an Xbox One. Okay? With enough time. I know they could. And they will. But will it be too late? For many, the answer is yes. For most, I think we might forgive them if they can get it together. At least I'm speaking for myself and friends that I know. Okay. Because the game, like I said, is fun. It is so fucking fun. So addicting. I mean, it is, man. I mean, I can't wait to get back out there now. Literally. I had to pull myself away from it every time I had, my friends included. Oh man, I have to go to work and I just want to sit here in Night City and just fuck around. And I got a blue screen. Shit. We're playing and we're in the party and he gets a blue screen. And then, 45 minutes later, I get a blue screen. So far for me, on 70 plus hours of gameplay, I've had like about 9 blue screens. Okay. So not terrible, but not very good either. You know what I mean? What are you averaging about? You're averaging about a blue screen every 7 hours or so. So yeah, that's what it's looking like for me right now. There are definitely, like I said before, the frame skips and some of the glitches, especially in the inventory when you're trying to do certain things, it'll freeze up on you momentarily. It's like it's playing catch up, things like that. Things aren't game breaking, but things you definitely notice when they happen. And, the blue screens are the thing that just really takes you out of the immersion of the game. You get one of those, you have to let the shit load up and you have to report it and all of these things. And that's just the nature of this beast. Okay. And then there's another fucking glitch that reared its ugly head right before I started to record this podcast. And that revolves around the fucking 8 megabyte storage corruption bug. Okay. So apparently, if you're somebody who like me, who's spec'd into crafting and you like hoarding a lot and you're breaking a lot of items and stuff like that down, depending on how you do it and where you do it, that could really add up. And once it reaches its plateau, which is about 8 megabytes, your fucking save becomes corrupted and you lose that save. Okay. That is a huge problem. Especially people who are deep into the game and who plan on playing the game for an extended period of time, like myself, and don't want to get caught with that bug, So hopefully they hear this. A lot of YouTubers, a lot of people, a lot of presses have already put light on this. So it should be only a matter of time before they address this. They might be having a meeting about this right fucking now. That's the beauty of online and the internet, in my opinion, too, because as fucked up as things can get, Things can also get solved really quick too, with people, catching fire on certain said subjects. And this is one of those. So hopefully, within a couple of weeks, maybe even shorter than that, we get that bug that, removed, and we get that remedied, because that would definitely be a killer. Okay. It's just a lot of things about this fucking game that just breaks my heart, because I love it so much, and I want it to do so well. But you just can't deny what's been happening. You can't deny the bugs. You can't deny the backlash. You cannot deny the fact that they really fucked this one up. And the devs are going to be the ones paying for it. They're going to be in crunch mode for the foreseeable future, man. And then it also brings into question, what about the future of this franchise? What is going to happen with the DLC? What is going to happen with, all these things? They haven't really announced anything yet, and they're smart by doing so, because they were, they better I'm sure they finally fucking learned their lesson with that. I mean, if you're doing DLC, which they already announced that there would be, free and paid, if you're doing that, you definitely need to make sure that shit is optimized for everything before you put that shit out. Okay. So their biggest thing is going to be taking the fucking time to focus on the last gen systems, because think about how many systems are out here floating around. There are over 100 million PlayStation 4s, okay, out here right now in circulation. So if you fuck them over, you're fucking over 40, 50% of your fucking consumer base right there. Okay. So I say that to say they definitely need to watch their next move. They definitely need to make sure that this shit is, run to the fullest. I don't know. I don't care how many testers you fucking need to get, but you need to make that happen. You need to make that a fucking reality. Okay. Because the butter is out. and it needs to be put up. I don't know if it's Country Crock. I don't know if it's Parquet. I don't know if I don't know what brand they're using, but it's out. Okay. They don't quite have their own brand yet, but they're definitely working on it. And if they don't get this shit fixed, I have a sick feeling that I'm going to go to Walmart and I will see Cyberpunk 2077 butter. And I don't want to see that. Okay. I really don't fucking want to see that. I don't know what else to say about the fiasco. I mean, I think I've said it all, guys. I really, really do. I'm really, really praying for CD Projekt Red to get off of this funk that they're on, and clean this shit up. Just clean this up and get the game right, get it optimized. People out there who wondered if it can be optimized, yes, it can be optimized. Just look at what they've been able to do with these other games on the PS4, guys. It can definitely be optimized. Okay. They just need to get in there and fucking get to work. That's all. That's it. And they dropped the ball. They didn't have enough time, and the devs forced them to put the shit out before it was supposed to. And that's what we're looking at right now. That's pretty much the result of it. Okay. So now be looking out for more fucking 17 to 20 gig updates for the foreseeable future. When it's all said and done, we might be looking at 150 fucking gigs, if not more. Okay. Of updates alone. Okay. So make room. If you want to play this game, you're going to have to make some fucking room. That's the thing. You're going to have to keep that shit clean and make some room. And like I said, though, guys, I can't lie to you. I actually really love the game. I mean, it's if this shit came out like it was supposed to come out, this game would be a masterpiece to me. It would definitely be a masterpiece. I'm so serious. Are there things that could be changed in the game? Yeah. But it wouldn't stop me from giving it a 10 out of 10, because there's no perfect game. There's no such thing as a perfect game. Okay. One of the things that I would have to say a gripe of mine would be for the cosmetics. Okay. For what they did with the game as far as cosmetics is concerned, which, let me give you an example. They basically give you all kinds of cosmetically, tantalizing things to wear. From something on your head, you have a face mask or whatever, top and bottom. You have an undercoat, and you have an undercoat, like a shirt or whatever you want. I mean, so they give you so many different outfits and different things you can put together for your character, which you can enjoy in photo mode, which is awesome, by the way. I love the photo mode, but they don't allow you to change or wear what you want to wear and keep your stats. I mean, whenever you have a game like this, an RPG where you're always constantly fucking farming for shit, you usually want to put that in the game. Okay. You usually want to keep that in the game. And a couple of games have dropped the ball on that recently. Valhalla also did that. Okay. What I loved about Odyssey is Odyssey allowed you to pick up whatever the fuck you wanted, make any outfit you wanted for your character and put together whatever you wanted, but keep the stats that you need. Okay. You find a jacket that is fucking looks awesome as hell, but the stats are trash. Okay. And then you put it on because you look good in it. Right. And then you go, an hour later, you find a fucking awesome, ugly ass vest, ugly ass jacket, but the stats are amazing. Right. So you're like, well, fuck, can I take the stats off of this ugly ass jacket and put it on my cool looking jacket? You could do that with Assassin's Creed Odyssey. And I don't know why they left that out of this game. I think that was something that, because the one thing I kept hearing from my friends, and me myself, like, yo, I would love to wear this and wear that and put this outfit together, but you can't because you'll be squishy as hell. Okay. You'll be one-shotted if you wear this shit on this mission. So, luckily I got lucky and found some shit that I actually, dug for my character, and I'm actually liking a lot. So, you guys can check out my Instagram soon. Check out my Twitter. I uploaded a picture of my character, Twitter, and you'll be seeing him a lot, around here soon. So, but yeah, like I said, that's one of my gripes. But that's really, besides the glitches and all of that, I mean, that's it. That's the only gripe as far as, what I would like them to implement in the game moving forward. That's it. Weapons wise, man, there's some awesome weapons here, guys. And I have to say my favorite weapon, for those who are playing, you'll know what I'm talking about when I mention this, is the fucking smart weapons. Okay. I love the smart guns, man. The smart pistol and the smart SMG. Those are my favorite, my go-tos right there. I love those weapons. In particular, the SMG, I found a dope SMG, man. It's a legendary, and it has the ability to, basically explode. The bullets are exploding, and it's just a sick ass weapon. It really is. And then of course I also got a legendary pistol, which is also dope. So, when you get a dope weapon, you put certain mods in there. I'm looking for crit chance mods, guys. So if anybody wants to help me with that, or I can find one, let me know, because I haven't opened up my strategy guide yet. I think I'm going to do that, but I need some crit chance mods, some really dope crit chance mods. Okay, for my gear, for my guns, everything. Right now I have some blue ones. They're like mid tier, but I need some better ones. But I'm enjoying the game, bro. I absolutely love the game. Okay, I really do, for what it is. Blue screens and all, glitches and all. Just imagine if they got this shit together and they made it like it was supposed to be made. I'm going to love it that much more. Okay, so I'm going to have faith. I'm going to give CD Projekt Red a chance. Okay, like that. Like that husband who cheated on his wife, but the wife really loves her husband. She wants to make that shit work, right? We're going to do some counseling. All right. I'm going to continue to play the game because it's fun, and I'm still going to play it. Nobody plays this shit for 70+ hours, guys, if you're not having fun. Who does that? That's just torture if that's what you're doing. And if you hated something, you're playing it. Why would you waste your time? Why would you do that to a game? Okay. Number one. So if I have the 70 hours invested in the game, it's pretty safe to say I love the game. Okay. I'm not spending that much time on a fucking game if I don't love it. All right. That should tell you that alone. Okay. Are there glitches? Are there things that need to be worked out? Fuck yeah. Okay. Is some of this stuff a little over exaggerated? Some of it is. Okay. Some of it is. I think it's a lot of, piling on. Let's get on this bandwagon. Let's do this. Some of it is. Okay. But yes, does the game, can it be disturbing to some people? Yes. But is it definitely playable for most? Yes, it is. Would I like some things to, change? Of course. And they're working on that as we speak. So I'm going to give them to February, which is what they said. And I'll reach back and I'll return and I will talk about it more then, and we'll go from there. I still might even talk about some more Cyberpunk stuff, like what I've seen in the game and all of that. And I might do a spoiler episode, maybe a month from now or something like that. But, there's a lot of people who chose to wait because of what's going on. There's a lot of people who are playing it and who haven't got through the game yet or whatever. So I'm not going to say that because, I don't want that spoiled for anybody. And we'll move on from there, man. But that is all I have to say about this. I wanted to get that off my chest. I was thinking about it all fucking week, man. And I just, 2020 is just, it couldn't get any fucking worse. Can't, or could it? We still have, a few days. We still have a little over a week before, it's over. Okay. What else could possibly go wrong in 2020, guys? Okay. I don't know. But this is something I definitely didn't see coming. I'm sure a lot of us didn't, man. And it's just sad. It really is. I just want 2020 over. I do. With that being said, I'm going to get out of here. That is the end of the show. I want to appreciate everybody for listening. If you're new to the show, like I said before, guys, I'd like to welcome you to the podcast family, and I hope to see you again. We do this every Monday morning, same bad time, same bad channel. Like I said, you can catch me on StudioMguyvR.com, all things Studio MacGyver, YouTube channel, Facebook, Instagram, Discord. Okay, you can support the channel. You can support the show there. All those things, guys. You can get to know me better. You know what I mean? Check out my fucking Instagram. There's a lot of stuff on there. You know what I mean? My Twitter, you get a lot of news. You'll get a lot of information. Yeah, man. And I'm going to start doing stuff for Discord too. So yeah, let's just get it. StudioMguyvR.com. Thank you guys for listening. I love you. And I'll see you next week. This is Studio MacGyver, and you have been listening to Studio MacGyver's Dragon Ball and Video Game Podcast. See you next time.